right, friends, today is Friday of week 5. I'm going to read the questions first and then we'll go through the answers. Number 1, what is the value of the digit in the 10,000s place? Number 3, how much money is pictured? And number 4, Lamar and his brother were playing basketball where each basket was worth 3 points. If Lamar finished with 12 points and his brother finished with 6 points, how many baskets were made? Okay, at this point, if you have not already done the work, please pause the video and go back through and continue the video when you're done. So the first one asks us, what is the value of the digit in the 10,000s place? So I'm going to make my HTO chart, my HTO houses. And then this is thousands. Remember, everything in the thousands house has the same pattern of HTO, but it is with 1,000 attached. We still have 100, but thousands, 10,000s, 1,000s. So we're going to put our number in, 64,327. So I see that the 6 is in the 10,000s place. So if I have 6 tens, that's 60, but because it's in the thousands house, it is 60,000. So my answer for number 1 is 60,000. Okay. Number 2 is a subtraction problem. So we have to make sure that we're circling where our bigger number is. So 520 minus 344. Okay, so I circle where the bigger number is and I think about the poem. Okay, 0 and 4, 4 is bigger. So I say more on the floor, go next door to borrow 10 more. So if I had 2 tens and I borrowed one of them, I now have 1 left. I had 0 ones, I borrowed 10 more, so now I have 10. And I can do 10 take away 4 is 6. Now I'm going to go to the tens column since I'm done in the ones. I'm going to circle where the bigger number is. So I see in the poem that's more on the floor, go next door to borrow 10 more. So I'm going to go next door. I'm going to borrow one of those flats, one of those hundreds, and I'm going to trade it for 10 tens. So if I borrow 1, I have 4 left, and I had 1. Now I'm getting 10 more. I got 10 more, but I already had 1, so now I have 11. And I can do 11 take away 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to leave me with 7. And I had 4, I'm going to circle my bigger number, I'm sorry, 4 more on top, no need to stop. 4 take away 3 is 1. So my answer is 176. Okay, number 3 is money, and it wants to know how much is pictured. So we've got this guy, this, and one of these. Okay, so I have to figure out how much money is there. So first, I need to identify the coins. So I'm going to start with my biggest valued coin, and I'm going to figure out how many of those do I have. So biggest value, when I'm talking about coins, is a quarter, followed by dime, nickel, and penny. Okay, do I have any quarters here? Well, I'm looking, I know, quarter, big and bold. So you're worth 25. So how many quarters do I have? I have one right here. So on my paper, once I see that I have 1/4, I'm going to cross it out because I've now already used it. 1/4 is worth 25 cents. Now I'm going to go to the dime. Dime, dime, little and thin. I remember you're worth 10. So I'm looking to see how many dimes do I have. And on the back, it does kind of, if it's the back, it gives you a hint. So there's 1, 2 that say dime, and then here's another one, little and thin. So I have 3. Then on my paper, once I use it, I cross it out so that I don't try and use it again. And if I have dime, dime, little and thin, I remember you're worth 10, and I have 3, 10, 20, 30. So 30 cents. Now I have my nickels. I've already used these two and these two. So all I have left are these two. Nickel, 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 thick and fat. You're worth 5. I know that. So I have 2 nickels, each worth 5. 5, 10. And do I have any copper pennies? Nope, so we don't need to worry about that. Now I'm going to add it all up. 5 plus 0 is 5, plus 0 is 5, plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So 65 cents. I'm not going to forget my symbol because if I don't know that it's cents, it could be water bottles or scissors. So cents makes sure that I know that it's money. Okay. And last question is a little bit different than some of the stuff we've seen, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to problem solve. So we're going to set up our UPSC. If you didn't do UPSC, I'm not really sure by this point why you wouldn't have done that, considering we've been doing it every single day for the past 3 weeks. U is understand. We go sentence by sentence to pick out important information. Okay, sentence number 1. Lamar and his brother were playing basketball, where each basket was worth 3 points. So there's not a lot in there, but it does tell us that each basket, so one basket equals 3 points. Okay, now I'm going to go to the next sentence. If Lamar finished with 12 points, and there's a comma, so I'm going to stop there. Lamar has 12 points. And his brother finished with 6. So we're going to say the bro has 6 points. How many baskets were made? Remember, the question is always important. So how many baskets? So this question is a little bit different than some of the other ones we've seen. Okay, so we're going to have to kind of think about this. Well, I know that Lamar has 12 points. I know that each of those baskets was worth 3, so I need to figure out, okay, 3, how many 3s fit into 12? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. So a way that I could do that is subtracting. So I could do my number line, and I could think, okay, if it's at 12, how many groups of 3 is that? So I'll hop backwards until I get back to 0. So it's really 12 minus 3 minus 3 until you get to 0. Same thing with his brother. His brother is 6. We're going to take away, that's 1 basket, that's 2 baskets, until we get to 0. Okay, because we're trying to figure out how many 3 points did they make. So for the first one, Lamar is 12. We're trying to get back to 0. So we're going to take away, this is 1 basket. So 12, take away 3. is 9, so that's 1 basket. We're not at 0 yet. We're going to take another 3 for a second basket. So 9 minus 3 is 6. We're not to 0 yet. 6 minus 3 is 3. That's a third basket. We're not to 0 yet. So he must have made 4 baskets. So Lamar is equal to 4 baskets. Okay, and if I think about that, 3, my check, would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 6 equals 12. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see that. Okay, now we're going to go do the same thing with the brother. The brother had 6 points. So we're going to figure out how many groups of 3 are in 6. So we're going to go back by 3s. 6 take away 3 is 3. So that's 1 basket for him. We're not at 0 yet. 3 take away 3 is 0. So that's his second basket. So his brother we have as being 2 baskets. Again, we're going to check it. 3 plus 3, because we said 2. So 1, 2. Does 3 plus 3 equal 6? Yep, so we're good there. Now the question asks how many baskets were made. So we need to do his Lamar plus his brother. So 4 plus 2 equals 6. So 6 baskets were made. Okay. You could also figure out how many points altogether first and then subtract off, so it wouldn't be so many steps. If you don't understand this problem quite yet, that's okay. It's just more of a problem solving at this point as opposed to the addition or subtraction. So please put this now in the math basket. Make sure your name is on it, because if you don't have a name, then you don't get a grade. So before putting it in the math basket, make sure your name is on it, but make sure it gets in the basket.